and then you'll hit start the stream as soon as you see it come up.
Play 3 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a delay there.
There we go.
As soon as you see the, is it giving me any video yet? No, not yet.
Fetching video stream.
There we go. Okay, you can go ahead and start.
We're live.
I am live. I'm just trying to find the feed here now. There we go. There we go. Then I can see everybody's comments today. That's what I want. I want to be able to see everybody's comments. What? What happened?
I clicked by accident and I restarted the time.
Oh, okay.
We lost 15 seconds, sorry.
All right. Check the headphones. Make sure we've got some. What did Mark comment on here?
Oh, that's good actually. The lag went away.
That's good. That's what we want.
Yeah, it looks perfect actually. That's awesome. I can actually wear the headphones and listen to you from 5 feet away.
Oh God.
Don't pray to any gods here, son.
Oh God.
Oh God, oh God. I don't want to hear what your wife says everything. Is that bad for online? Sorry.
No, nobody can hear you anyway.
That's my cat.
Wow, it's Friday, man. It is Friday, and I am coming down with something, and I am got lozenges, and I don't know what else. I'm watching my own feed. We have one person watching, which is cool. Hello to whoever is watching. Hello, welcome. If you're new, consider joining us over on The First Layer on our Facebook page, and consider subscribing to us over on YouTube. We do these live streams twice a week, on Mondays and on Fridays. I'm sorry, I'm coming down with something, so you'll have to bear with me today. I'm going to try not to cough on screen, which is what I don't want to do. How many people? We got 3 people watching today. Great. I'd love to know who they are. But for whatever reason, this computer's not telling me. So if you've just joined us, let me know in the comments where you're from, and we'll go from there.
Mark, Jason, Jonathan.
I can't see anybody on, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing everybody's comments today, so I don't know why. I don't know why. So yeah, just over in the comments to let me know who you are and where you're from, and we'll get a hello out. We're just, this is our pre-show. We've got a little bit of a countdown that we do. Today we're talking about hot ends again. We're going back to that topic, but today we're getting a little bit more specific. We're going to talk a little bit about, do you really need an all metal hot end as opposed to a regular hot end? And that's going to be our topic for today. Some cool things happening. We're going to be heading out to Trotec Laser Canada on the 5th of December. We're going to be doing some filming over there, and then we are going to run that as an episode on the 13th of December. And we're going to get an education on laser cutting and laser engraving, and it's part of making. So I hope you guys mark your calendar for that. On Monday, we're going to be talking about build surfaces, what type of build surface you should have. So that's something that we're going to talk about. And on November 29th, which is Wednesday next week, it's all about filament. All the different kinds of filament that are out there, from ABS to PLA to the different metal filaments that are available, and we're going to talk all about that on Wednesday. So we'll be doing that. And on December 8th, I'm going to do a live Q&A. So mark your calendars for that. I'm going to be here just answering your questions about 3D printing. I'm going to be taking questions about my studio and how I've got things set up. We got ourselves a new little piece of kit. This is the EOS Rebel T7i. We're going to be using this to not do our live streams because it doesn't live stream very well. But we are going to use this for doing some other recording, and I did a little bit of testing with it today, and I'm real happy with it. So it's a good little camera from Canon. I'm a Canon guy. The camera that you see me on now is a Canon, and then our secondary shot is a Canon as well. So I use Canon in my studio. I'm just that kind of guy. I'm just a Canon guy. Am I frozen over on? No, I'm not frozen because I can see myself here. But that looks frozen. That's okay. 4 people watching, 5 people watching, 5. So let me know in the comments where you're from. And just put a little comment there, put a thumbs up, and let me know who you are, who's watching today, because I can't see on this screen today who you are. So I apologize for that, and I don't know why I'm not getting any comments. Are you seeing comments over there?
I'm getting comments. Can I refresh the screen without screwing up the live feed?
No, you can't. As long as you're seeing the comments, that's okay.
I'm getting all the comments, yeah.
Why am I not getting any comments?
That is a great question.
That is a great question, indeed. Why am I not seeing any of the comments?
Thompson, Manitoba.
Who's from Thompson?
Natasha Lynn Mintinko.
There we go. Now I can see them. Thompson, Manitoba. Well, I know where she's from. And hi, Heath. Nice to see you from down under. Who else we got here? Mark. Hello again, Richard. Hello, Mark. Hey, Jason. Jason's up in Airdrie, just up the road from us. So, and then Frank, well, we know where Frank is. Frank's sitting right over there. So like I said, today we're talking about all metal hot ends, hot ends that you can put different materials through, why you might want to upgrade your hot end to an all metal, and why you may not want to upgrade your hot end to an all metal. That's just some of the things that we're going to talk about today. Mark Baker, hello, sir. I don't know why mine just keeps doing what it's doing. I can't, oh well. How much time do we got here? 3 minutes?
Yeah.
There we go. So yes, we're going to be going to Trotec Net on the 5th of December, and we're going to spend the whole day there filming. That should be a lot of fun. I'm really, if anybody's got any questions, let me know what questions that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. If it's related to model building or 3D printing model building or the studio today, let's talk about it. I'm down. I can't really emote enough today because my throat is really sore. And I know it's Coffee with Rich, but today it's Monster with Rich. And I'm not talking about Frank either.
I'm having coffee. I'm having coffee and I'm with Rich, so it's Coffee with Rich.
Coffee with Rich, there you go. I hope everybody's got a cup of coffee because we're going to get started here right shortly. I know that stuff's horrible for me, but I don't care. That's the way I see it. I don't care. There we go. Did I miss Robert?
No. Well, yes, you did.
Oh, I didn't even see Robert there. I'm sorry.
You didn't. I got him.
Okay. What's the weather like in Canada? Well, the weather in Canada right now is
Wet and squishy.
wet and squishy. We were supposed to have some gorgeous days the last couple of days, and we didn't. And it rained yesterday, and I was kind of upset, but I got a new camera, so I don't care. Is that a warp core from the Enterprise D on the shelf behind you? Yes, Heath, it is. This warp core back here is going to be lit up pretty soon. We're going to run some lights in it, and that was all 3D printed. So we got 40 seconds. Dun, dun, dun. See, I can see right there what's going on. But for whatever reason, I can't see everybody who's online with me. So, yes, it's I like building stuff here. So in about 20 seconds or so, we're going to get right into the show, and we're going to get right into today's topic. And this is a day that you want to ask me questions about hot ends, because we're talking about them. And in a later video, I'm going to show you how to do maintenance on your hot end. So it seems to be something that's been coming up. Hey, welcome to the show. My name's Richard Cleveland. Thank you for joining me today. This is Coffee with Rich, which we do twice a week, every Monday and every Friday at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. So if you are across the pond in Europe, I think that's about 8 hours later, 7 or 8 hours later. I can't remember which, but that's kind of the way we are. So now, today, what we are doing is we are talking about hot ends today. And in particular, we're discussing whether you need to upgrade to an all-metal hot end. And I'm going to show you the differences between an all-metal and a non-all-metal hot end. Technically, they're both metal hot ends, but we're going to just kind of go through it a little bit easier. So let's take a look at the two hot ends that we have here today. And you'll see that these are virtually identical. I'm going to just kind of put them up there. They're virtually identical in terms of the look of these two hot ends. Now, let me go this way. There we go. Now, these two hot ends, if you were to see them like this, you wouldn't know that they are different. There are some significant differences to these two. And we're going to start here at the throat. And Frank, if you see any questions there that I don't see, just let me know, because I can't see the questions here. Paige Ashley has joined. That is my lovely niece. So so what I've done is I've taken these two throats out, and let me just put them on either side here, because you can see on the table that we've got a brass tip, and then we have a steel tip, or a stainless steel tip. Now, looking at the two throats the way they look identical, but they are not identical. If you look inside there, let me see if I don't know if you guys, how well you can see that, but this one has a liner in it. And this is a PTFE liner, or Teflon liner. This is made from the same stuff that they put on your frying pans, and for that Teflon coating. This is the same stuff. So the difference between this and the all-metal one, which has no liner in it, is that the metal throat here, which is where your plastic goes through before it actually gets heated up, is better for slippage of other materials. So there's very low friction here. With the Teflon lined throat, you can have a little bit of friction buildup, and this throat here will only go up to about 235, 240 Celsius in heat. Once you start getting over that 235, 240, what starts to happen is that liner starts to break down. And if that liner starts to break down, you'll experience things like clogging and multiple other issues. The other thing about this liner is that if it does happen to get overheated, it could get stuck in the nozzle, which is this brass piece that you see underneath the block. And the block is there, of course, so that you can put your thermistor and your heater cartridge in. I didn't put those in today because I didn't think we needed to really talk about those. But So if you want to print materials that are a little bit more in terms of ABS, PETG, you want to start getting into some of the more exotic filaments like the metal, the glow in the dark, even the wood filament. I don't recommend that you get one with a Teflon lined throat. And the reason for that is because, again, this will cause clogging in a lot of instances. If you're just running PLA through this, it's fine. You're never going to get above 210, 220, depending on the filament. I know with the Spool 3D filaments, I don't print over 200 when I'm printing PLA. So this would be just fine. But when I go to printing with ABS or PETG, or I want to print with wood filament, which I can do, and I've printed with wood filament before, you might want to consider going to an all metal throat. And that's the whole reason for the difference between metal and all metal. Now let's talk a little bit about the nozzles that we have down here. You can see that we have a brass nozzle right here. We've got a brass nozzle. I'll just move this over here so we don't see it. And then we also have a plated stainless steel. Now this is still brass. Let me see if I can, there we go. This is still brass underneath, but it is plated with stainless steel. So the big difference here is that this is going to have a lot less friction, and it's not going to wear as fast as a brass nozzle will. If you want to print with the metal infused filaments, or you want to print with wood, or you want to print with glow in the dark, you will never want to use a brass nozzle, because the brass is soft, and what will happen is, because those filaments have particles in them, what those particles will do is they will either, first of all, cause a clog, because that hole, it's only a 0.4 millimeter hole, or 400 micron hole. They will wear the nozzle very fast, so you'll be replacing that, and you'll find that you'll get into a lot of trouble with a nozzle like this. If you want to start getting into more exotic filaments like the metal or wood or glow in the dark. So you don't want to use a brass nozzle. Again, to print ABS or PLA, a brass nozzle's just fine. It's gonna, and even PETG, it's just fine for printing those, because they don't have the extra fibers in them or material in them that will cause the wear on that nozzle. So you don't want to use a brass nozzle when you're getting into the exotics. You definitely want to go to a nozzle like this one, which again, this is a stainless steel, plated stainless steel nozzle. The biggest difference in these, again, is that plating that's on them. And the hole is just a slight bit bigger, so when these two parts meet inside the block, they line up quite nicely. Okay, you can see that there. They're lining up. They line up quite nicely, and that thread is almost like a continuization. When we get into maintenance on your 3D printer and your 3D print head, we're going to talk about how to actually change your nozzle properly, and that's something that a lot of people don't know. And I've experienced that recently here at Spool 3D, where we've had a few customers who have tried to do their own nozzle replacement, and what's happened with that is that they haven't tightened it up enough. There are some definite ways to do it. And again, I'm going to go through that with you guys in a later video when we talk about how to change your nozzle from the one that came with your machine to an all metal. And then we're going to show you how to do the maintenance and some of the tools that you may want to have when you are getting into 3D printing. something you want to put in your tool case. So all the stuff that I'm showing you today you can get at spool3d.ca. Print it right, print it with spool3d.ca. They are the fine people that allow us to use this space to bring you the show 3 times a week. On Mondays and Fridays, as I said, we do a live stream. And then every Wednesday we do a recorded show for you. So it's, you know, there's lots there to do. So if you are looking for parts for your printer, or you're looking for a printer, or you're looking for filament, right now it's Black Friday weekend. And doing this live, there's a lot of great sales over at spool3d.ca. So go there, check it out, and that's spool3d.ca. Check it out, and you'll be able to see all of the amazing deals. And there's new deals every day, so come back. Somebody else I want to mention real quick is Sergio Malich, which is Malik3design.com. He's having a Black Friday sale as well on all of the fantastic models that you've seen me talk about many, many times, because I'm just in love with this fella's work. It's amazing work. The Batman and the Wonder Woman, and he's got a whole bunch of new ones out. And I'm going to spoil this, but he's coming out with Supergirl next. From what I've been told, Supergirl will be coming in the nice design. So that being said, go check out Malik3design.com. It's in the chat right now. Click on that, and you can go and check out all of his great deals. It's 50% off the models right now. So now's a great time to bump up your STL files if you want to get stuff from Sergio. Who else do I want to mention? Really quickly, I want to talk about our good friends Creative Factor, who are next door. Creative Factor does all of our stickers. They do all of our printing material, from business cards to banners to stickers to posters and that kind of stuff. You can get yourself one of these stickers if you send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you go ahead and just drop one of those in the mail, it is the first layer, 230 11 929 40th Street Southeast, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, T2Z 4M8. So just drop a self-addressed stamped envelope in there, and I will get you one of these stickers out to you. And I'll also throw in one of the Spool 3D stickers as well, because I have a little stack of them. Anybody got any questions while we're still here? We'll wait a second for some questions to come in, and I'll tell you about what's coming up. On Monday, I'm going to be talking about build surfaces. So we're going to be exploring build tack, tape, PEI sheets, all different kinds of build surfaces that you can put onto your printer. We're going to take a look at the build tack flex system as well on Monday, and that'll be our live show on Monday. I really, really like the flex system, but I haven't had the nerve yet to put it on any of my printers and try it out. I've seen it, it's great. Then we've got filament. We're going to be talking all about filament on Wednesday next week. And then on Friday, I'm going to go through my Christmas buying guide. And I can tell you right now that Malik3design.com is going to be on that list of Christmas buying guide. And then we're going to talk about all the little things that you can get for somebody you know who might be a 3D printer, or something you might want to put on your wish list for one of your loved ones to get for you. That seems to be about it for today. What am I missing? What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing too much today. On the 4th, on December 4th, we're going to be looking at what nozzle is right for you. There are 3 basic types of nozzles, and we're going to talk about which one is right for you on December 4th. December 6th, something that you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to be talking about slicing software. I'll show you the software that I use. I'll also talk about some of the other free options that are available to you online. And then on December 8th, it's a live Q&A. So I'm just going to take your questions. That's all we're going to do on that day is just talk about you guys and answer your questions about 3D printing. On December 11th, we're going to talk about how to change your nozzle properly. So we're going to be doing that. And then on December 13th, we are going to be showing you our Trotec tour. Trotec Laser Canada has invited us over to talk a little bit about laser cutting and laser printing and laser engraving and all that kind of stuff that is part of the maker world, and I'm really stoked about that. And then we got a few more shows before we take a little bit of a break. We're going to take a little bit of a break. December 22nd will be our last show for 2018. Maybe not. Maybe I will. Yeah, December 22nd. That's the last Friday before Christmas. So that'll be our last show for 2018. I might do something on New Year's if you guys are into it. If you want to do something on New Year's, I would be stoked to do that. Maybe I'll do a live stream from my home. Who knows? That being said, you guys have yourselves a fantastic Black Friday weekend down in the States or wherever you are in the world. We're having Black Friday up here too, even though we had our Thanksgiving a while ago. Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, you're watching this after the live stream over on YouTube, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. It helps out the channel. Your questions and everything that you guys put in the comments, that helps me determine what I'm going to talk about with you guys and how I can get more shows out to you guys. There's a whole lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to be doing some more model building over the course of the next few months. We're going to talk about new models. We're going to talk about models that are free as opposed to models that are paid for, what the differences are. We're going to talk about some kits. I'm going to go through some of that as well. So by all means, go ahead, hit that notification button as well down on Facebook or on YouTube, pardon me, and get notified every time we go live and every time that we do our regular released video, and help out the channel. We're almost there. We're almost at 100 subscribers over on YouTube. As soon as we get there, I can brand the channel with the first layer name, and we don't have that long string anymore. So with that being said, you guys have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again right here on Monday.